what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' Cracking and Steve. Boss reacts to this video by Lovely TTV. It's titled Kanye West Goes Off on Jay-Z. Says he regrets getting Kim Kardashian pregnant. So he had a interview with Ak. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. Let's watch.
Today, so if you guys do not know, Kanye West has been trending all day. Well, actually since yesterday he's been trending. He did an impromptu interview with DJ Akademiks. It was about an hour long. I did watch the entire interview on Sunday. I checked it out, and oh gosh, it was a lot to digest. Let's just say that. No. Kanye just seemed real manic and was trying to get everything off his chest. He went off, and he also doubled down on the tweet that he sent out about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. He says that he regrets deleting it. He does not regret what he said.
No.
He feels extremely free. So he went in on Jay-Z. Then also proceeded to say that he regrets having children with Kim Kardashian. He also spoke on the Kendrick Lamar situation with Drake, and he feels like there was a bigger play at hand to try and take down Drake, and that Kendrick doesn't really have a lot of good music. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the highlights from his conversation with DJ Akademiks. Y'all go ahead and check this out.
Also, I have this theory that I just wanted to say. Wait a second. I have another theory. It's about football and music industry.
Not him with the black KKK get up. You know what?
With this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan.
Well, why you kept... No, don't put this on God. People got on my nerves with this. You laid down with her and skeeted in her, okay? What are you talking about? Babies don't just come about by accident. You were very involved. You just look so goofy. Like, you standing here in this fucking outfit, bro, with this pointy-ass hat. You look stupid. Like a ghetto-ass wizard. Get out of here.
All right, so you guys just watched those clips, and like I said, it was a lot to digest in this interview and a lot to take in. I mean, the fact that he's wearing a black KKK Klansman hood, it's like he's doing a lot of stuff, again, to cause controversy, to go viral, which indeed he did. I think DJ Akademiks, he was definitely fanning out a bit. I mean, this is a big interview. It is Kanye. But I do like the fact that he did push back at certain points. One of the things that he said is, you know, you're saying that you kind of regret having kids with Kim, but in the same breath, you chose her.
But even when you speak about Kim, people might be like, well, you picked her. Like, you put yourself in that.
Absolutely, I did. That was my fault.
You know, you chose her. Remember, he was with a beautiful black woman, Alexis Pfeiffer. He ended up leaving Alexis Pfeiffer for Amber Rose. Remember, he took Amber Rose out the quote-unquote strip club and cleaned her up and, you know, gave her a platform and all this stuff. But the person that I see that Kanye was the happiest with was Alexis. He had a real smile. They had a lot of things in common.
Well, to be fair, this is before, way before the industry got a hold of him. This before his mama passed away. This is way, way early on. So I would argue he just looked like this in general in a lot of photos with a lot of people.
Alexis, he had a real smile. They had a lot of things in common. You know, they could have built a fashion empire together. But, you know, Kanye's coming off as if Kim just used him, you know, to get pregnant and have all these kids. But he was definitely a willing participant. Kim is also the type of person that carries a monitoring spirit. If you remember, the first time Kanye West ever met Kim Kardashian, he was with his girlfriend, Alexis Pfeiffer. They were all in a picture together.
Looking at the right camera.
And it's very interesting that Amber Rose came out and, you know, admitted that Kim Kardashian, quote unquote, took her man. She regrets solely blaming Kim, but Kim was the other woman in Amber Rose's and Kanye's situation. Y'all go ahead and check this out.
Recently made a statement about Kim Kardashian, of course, and she broke up your relationship with Kanye. But now you said that you're sorry about it. Like, could you elaborate on that further?
Well, I'm not sorry about saying it because it was the truth. I was sorry that I called her a homewrecker because I just feel like it's hard for me to explain because as a woman, I need especially to let my rosebuds out there know that you don't blame the woman when your man does you wrong.
Right.
You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think with the Star magazine,
I think you can name or you can blame both people. I think it's okay to do that. We can do multiple things at once. I can say, you a bitch ass nigga, fuck you, you ain't shit. But I can also say, bitch, you also ain't shit. You knew that we was in a relationship and you didn't give a fuck. Both of y'all are trifling. We can do both. We can do both. Why would it be like, okay, you're totally off the hook, I have nothing to say, perfect angel, you are the demon 100%? Like, no. Of course, you in a relationship with him, so of course he should have made the right decision and not been with the girl, obviously. But I don't agree with this whole, because I've heard this before. I don't agree with the whole sentiment of being like, oh, can't nobody take nobody who ain't want to be took, and the woman ain't do nothing, and fuck out of here. They both trifling.
Across as though I was doing that. But I was asked in that interview, how do I feel about Kim and Kanye dating now, being as though I was the reason why Kim and Reggie broke up.
Oh, okay.
So this is a question that I get asked constantly. And I'm always quiet.
She got her get back.
I'm always like,
Did you fuck her, man? I'm confused.
They're happy. I'm happy for them. No, that's not the case. Da, 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 da. And as a human being, I just got to my boiling point, and I'm just like, that's not the case. She's the homewrecker. She did all that. I didn't do none of that. I don't mess with men that are in relationships. And when I
why were you the reason?
I went home, even
that her and Reggie
that night, I was just like, I let my emotions get the best of me, and that was something that I had to get off my chest in order to move on with my life. I just feel like when people are like, why'd you wait so long to say it? It's because I never said anything about anyone for so long. I didn't say anything about myself. So when I first start talking, even though it's a year later, people still want to know what happened then because I never elaborated on it.
So that was an interview from Amber Rose over 10 years ago talking about how Kim basically was the other woman in that relationship and she wanted to get that off her chest. So from day one, Kim was definitely plotting, okay? Remember when their relationship started, the Kardashians were literally like a joke. They were just this, reality TV show family. Kim was Paris Hilton's stylist. Kanye was the big star.
The assistant.
And they were able to basically build an entire brand off of Kanye. I broke this down in a video I think I did 2 years ago. Be careful who you build with. And so I think what it is that Kanye is looking back at all this and he's having a lot of regrets. He's having regrets that he did not have full black children because he keeps wanting to call his kids black and that they're not. These are biracial children. Their mother is white, okay? And I think he's really regretting that he allowed himself to get caught in the Kardashian web. And now that his child is getting older, he's seeing how the Kardashians, particularly Kim, are going to use Northwest to continue to build their legacy and their media empire. It's definitely going to be the next generation of Kardashian kids that are going to be taking over this entire social media brand. That is what Kim is raising, Northwest to be and do. And I think that bothers Kanye that he doesn't have say as a black man and as a father that Kim gets to run everything. Well, the same way a lot of these red pillars tell black women, you should have chose better. That is my energy for Kanye. You should have chose better. You should have got with a woman who was on your level, mentally, spiritually, And when he got with Kim, she was not. He literally cleaned up that family. He legitimized them. He turned them into fashion icons. He got them on red carpets that they were never allowed to be on. He got them into the Met Gala. They were clowns in the industry. He was able to basically, propagate a modeling career for Kendall Jenner, which in turn helped Kylie Jenner. I don't know about any of this. So. Which literally legitimized all of them into becoming billionaires. They're a billionaire family now.
If this is the truth, that's wild.
Based off of Kanye. And I think he has a lot of regrets and he's mad, he's bitter, he's jaded. He's taking it out on
ultimately, we don't know the business relationships, and who opened doors for who. We don't know. But maybe there's something out there where Kim has admitted it. I don't really know.
Everybody, including Jay-Z.
Or there's strong evidence to suggest this, but I've never heard about this. But to be fair, I don't keep up with these people.
Beyonce. He feels like Jay-Z wasn't really there for him. They didn't support him. They didn't have his back. It's not their job to get involved in your marital affairs. You chose to marry Kim. You chose to knock her up not once, but 4 times. Well, she only carried 2 of the 4, but y'all know what I mean. How is that Jay-Z and Beyonce's responsibility?
You know what?
That is on y'all to figure out what y'all want to do in this marriage. That is on you to figure out what you're going to do as far as, custody, child support, and all that stuff. That's not Jay-Z's responsibility. And then the whole thing...
They had a wicked sleepover? Okay.
And all that stuff. That's not Jay-Z's responsibility. And then the whole thing with Kendrick, I feel like there's still a jealousy there. He feels a way that Kendrick Lamar
took down Drake.
Has been able to just be that conscious rapper and make big moves, like performing at the Super Bowl. He's well respected. He's what Kanye was a few years ago. Kendrick Lamar has taken Kanye's spot, and Kanye is literally spiraling and going crazy, and it's bothering him. So the interview was very interesting. It's an hour long. He blasted a lot of people, from Playboy Cardi to Jim Jones, Lucian Grange. He went in for a whole hour. So if you guys want to watch the full interview,
I do not, girl. But yeah, I also think he's upset that Kendrick took down Drake because he wanted to take down Drake. Drake was his biggest op, so he wanted to take him down. So I think he's mad that he didn't get a chance to do that, and Kendrick did it for him. But like, he probably kind of happy that, it happened, but it's kind of like, damn, I want that to be me. But who knows what's going on in his crazy mind? Okay, this man is obviously not rap tight. Okay, his elevator don't go all the way to the top. We can all see that. That's why I don't take any of this seriously. I can laugh this off because it's like, this is a clown show. That's what it's given. This is the circus, and he's the biggest clown. From the outfit to things he's saying, it's just like, all right, sure. But yeah, it's really sad to see him go out like this because Kanye was such a huge figure in rap, and just very well respected. So to see him fall so far from grace is very odd. It's very unfortunate, but sure. This is where we're at. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Hey!